I am a headstrong, driven woman, independent, and this has gotten me really far in a lot of areas of my life. But it's also been a big source of annoyance for a lot of people who are close to me. You see, I don't always know how to ask for help, and the tagline of my life, which still very much in my adulthood has not changed since my toddler years, which is, I do myself. So it was my sophomore year at Manchester Memorial High School in Manchester, New Hampshire, and woo! And go Crusaders. And it was probably the spring, mid-'80s, mid-1980s, so I'm aging myself. And I was getting ready for school, and I lived in an apartment, and I shared this apartment with my mother and my two young brothers. And I had a very spacious room, and in my spacious room I had a plastic canopy bed with a yellow ruffled bedspread and a 1970s yellow and white geometric dresser, and my record player was in the corner of the room. So it's morning, getting ready for school, and I'm a teenage girl, and I'm dancing around the room mindlessly, kind of like maybe a teenage girl might do. And I was starting to get my hair done, to brush my hair, take care of my hair. And it was being disagreeable, as usual. My naturally wavy, then black, it was black then, hair I would wear it down on my shoulders, and it was, about shoulder length or so, and I would pull it up on one side with a ribboned barrette, and I would feather it on the other side. And so I couldn't get it to lay flat this day. And so Duran Duran was playing over on the record player while I was getting ready, and I'm dancing around the room, and I put on a shirt, and I look in the mirror, and I grab my hairbrush like a microphone, and I start singing, and I'm hungry like the wolf. And then I have no idea what possessed me. I mindlessly pick up a pair of scissors, and I'm still dancing. Now, did you ever notice when you go to a hair salon, they're not dancing when they're cutting your hair, but still dancing? I grab the side of my right side of my head, and I snip. 5 inches of hair come off the side of my head. And I stop, and I look in the mirror, and I cock my head to one side. Well, that doesn't look right. So I grab the left side, snip. Off it came. So then I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, that doesn't look right. I've got this long, wavy hair in the back and this long in the front. Snip! I cut off the locks on the front. Nice, high bangs in the front. And I'm looking in the mirror, and it's all different lengths, and it's uneven. And I start to panic, and my heart starts pounding, and I let out a scream, "Mom, come help me, please!" My poor mother. Hardworking single mom, just trying to get her 5- and 7-year-old sons ready for school. She comes running in the room. She thinks I hurt myself, and she's screeching halt. And then she looks at me, and she gasps. She goes, "What did you do?" And by that point, I'm crying. I'm like, "I don't know." And then I grab her by the shoulders, and I'm like, "Mom, you've got to help me. I can't go to school looking like this." And she breaks free from my grasp, and she gives me one of those, single eyebrow things, "Well, you probably should have thought of that before you did this." So she quietly grabs the scissors off the dresser, points at the bed, and says, "Just sit." So I go and sit. Tears are coming down my face, and she starts to trim. And she's trimming, and I can hear the clipping of the scissors, and the hair's falling down, and I close my eyes. I just didn't want to see it. And then she's done, and she puts the scissors on the dresser. She points at the mirror. I get up and I look, and my heart just dropped. Where my long locks had been was a short, even mullet. Cut up nice and tight over my ears. My bangs were a good inch over my eyebrows, and this wavy hair in the back was like poof. Mullets might have been a thing back in the 80s, but they were not for me. And now I had to go to school looking like this. But I said nothing except a very sheepish thank you while I looked at the floor. And it was in that moment, I think I probably had the awareness for the first time that I realized you, in fact, cannot do everything by yourself. You do need to ask for help and accept help. And so ever since then, I go to a salon and have a professional do my hair. Thank you.